Well, hello and welcome to London Visited Coffee, and welcome to Russell Square and to Neil. Good to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
I think what's really, really good is Neil is not a coffee drinker. So, how many coffees have you had in your life?
Oh, I could probably count on maybe one hand, certainly both.
Amazing. So today will definitely be interesting. Now, we're here in Russell Square. We're at Caffe Tropea. Where would you say that? Tropea? Caffe Tropea, which is a cafe bang in the middle of Russell Square, which is, if you've watched our other channel, London Visited, will know it's the biggest garden the biggest garden square that's in London. So there you go. There's a bit of a fact for you. Grosvenor Square being the second. How about that? Don't ask me what's third. But anyway, we're here today, not for history or anything else like that. We're here to try the coffee. Because down the road from here, we have seen a Starbucks, a Pret a Manger, and a Costa Coffee. But what we don't want to do is send you to any of those. We want to send you to the independent places. So we're going to score the coffee for you so you don't have to. So how are you feeling about doing a bit of a scoring today, Neil, on coffee?
Well, I have a comparison against one other cup so far this year, so
okay. And
50-50 chance.
How was that for you when you had it?
It was all right.
Okay, it was all right. Okay, so Neil's gone for a black Americano. Now, you don't like milk and stuff, do you?
Not really.
So, no, right, fine. So I think black Americano. As you can see from the shots here already, it's looking promising with the film that's on top of it. I did a coffee tasting earlier today, which was last week's video, and the coffee was horrendous, and I thought it was going to be okay, but it turned out to be absolutely horrendous. And actually Neil was there for that one, but sitting in the background. So let's hope today's is better, shall we?
It looks better.
Yeah, it certainly looks better. It's quite a nice little cafe, this one actually. It's a lot posher than I thought it was going to be. Lots of pastries, lots of food that you can eat here as well, so you can come here for a meal. Price is not too bad. Black Americano has just set me back at £3.50, which for London prices is not too bad. I sometimes pay up to £4.50 a go. So actually, £3.50 in the middle of Russell Square in sort of a cafe set up. And actually, do you know what? Russell Square during the summertime, and I know this is going out autumnal, is beautiful with all of the trees. They've got fountains, also sort of a pergola as well that you can walk around. So actually, it's not bad. Have you been to Russell Square yourself before?
Never.
Never.
It's nice here, though.
Isn't it? Very relaxing. Very relaxing. And actually, it looks like we're filming this in August, middle of August, and with all the leaves on the floor already, it actually looks like it could be autumnal already, so there you go. Now, one of the things you do have to watch here is because we decided to sit outside, and I think doing a coffee review is probably easier outside because you haven't got to worry about other people by the side of you watching and keeping your voice down. But there's always one issue, and there are feathery friends. There's lots of pigeons roaming around, and I'm guessing, I'm not being funny, I haven't seen a pigeon on a diet here. They are all fat-looking birds. And I'm talking about the pigeons, okay, before anyone puts it in here. But they are looking big, aren't they?
They are well fed.
Well and truly. So, but they're not going to get anything from us because we haven't got anything to eat today. It is purely just the coffee. Right, shall we?
Let's.
Come on, let's do it. Right, so we're going to grab our coffees. There we go. And we're both going to score and see how these come out. Okay, so first of all, good news is, and I love this, if you're having here, then you get a china cup and saucer, which is brilliant, but they've also got paper cups for takeaway. So they asked where I wanted it, and I said I was going to have it in. And even though I'm sitting in the garden area, they've actually put it in a china cup. So actually, that's a bit of a winner right from the start, because sometimes those paper cups just don't help at all with its coffee tasting. So we have our coffee. It's a black Americano. The smell, can you smell it already? Because it's just sort of drifting. It's sort of wafting up. Are you getting anything? Getting any smells? Whatever you like, really.
It smells like coffee to me.
It smells like coffee.
Definitely coffee.
Excellent. So at least they haven't served us a black tea. That's a result. This is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to this. Don't worry, throw yourself in. So we all start.
Absolutely.
Right. So let's go for the aroma then. So give it a good smell. Give it a good sniff. Really take it in. Core. Wow, that's got a sort of sparkly smell to it. That hits your nasal passages. That was a real deep in. Right, let's go for it again. Cool. That, you can really smell the beans. There's no doubt about it. Whatever it is they've roasted, and I'm not sure what beans they've used, it's really good. But I'm getting if you really take it in, it's a real sort of a bonfire-y sort of smell. You know that smell that you get when you go out on bonfire night? And for those of you that aren't in this country watching that, we have that on the 5th of November every year, where we allegedly set fire to Guy Fawkes. But anyway, that's for another time, and that's on our other channel. We covered that before, where someone tried to blow up the House of Parliament way back when. So for this, it definitely has got a... yeah, it's got a sort of a really fiery smell. Go on, what are you thinking?
It just smelled like coffee until you said
Right.
about that bonfire, and then I could picture as a kid standing at a bonfire at a fireworks display, and then when you walk away, you got the smell of smoke on your clothes, and it's just that sort of lingering sort of smell afterwards. It has got a bit of that.
The way you with your nose, you're not sure about the smell.
It still smells like coffee.
It
to
still
me.
smells. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London Visited Tea. Or orange. No, it does definitely smell like. But can you smell that bonfire? And I think that was that sort of spark that I was getting from it, because I can almost smell the sparklers. So you've got the bonfire and the sparklers. Just give it another sniff and see, because we can smell this to our heart's content. And to be quite honest, it's quite a warm coffee, so actually probably want to let it cool down a little bit. So we've got time to play with the aroma.
It is that kind of, not ashy, but that kind of, after a fire's been put out, that just sort of, as it's cooling down, that sort of slightly smoked. Yeah, that's the embers.
The embers of it. Excellent. Do you know what? I think it's the most descriptive we've been on an aroma on coffee for I don't know how long. And that's 20 minutes of the video gone already. Loving it. Right, so the question is, out of 5, what would you give that aroma? And this is completely personal, because there is no right or wrong. Okay, there is absolutely no right or wrong. I'm liking that. I am liking that. So, do you want me to go first?
Yes, I think it's only fair.
I'd give that a 4. Definitely. I'd give that a 4 for aroma. It's got a very strong aroma, and it's some of the coffees that I've tasted on this channel, you're searching for a smell. In fact, some of it just smells like water or hot water, and you just think, what have you actually done with the coffee? But that comes out later in it as well. But with this, you've certainly got something, and you've certainly got that aroma, which also is nice with this film. And the film's still on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Considering we've had this coffee, what now? 10 minutes maybe?
Yeah, good 10 minutes.
Since we've actually purchased it, we've still got that sitting on top, so this could bode well, and hence that could give a smell. So, come on, what would you want to go for the aroma?
It smells like a good cup of coffee. I'll give it a 5 compared to the other cup of coffee.
Hey,
that smelled like coffee as well. So,
absolutely go for it. Love it. Okay, so the next bit we're going to go for is the acidity. Okay. Now, with the acidity, when you take it and you drink it, so sip it, it's almost, what does it do to your tongue? So we're looking at here, acidity, which is out of 5, and sweetness. Is there a sweetness to it? Now, you don't want your coffee too sweet, because if it's too sweet, it'll take away the taste. But is there a little something in the background?
When you say it does, what does it do to your tongue? What are you looking for?
It sort of coats it, and sometimes it can even tingle it a bit.
Okay.
So it's almost, what you want to do when you take it in, is take it in, but let it coat your tongue.
So not a taste reaction, an actual reaction.
An actual reaction on the tongue. Yeah. We're doing taste and the body, and also the leftover part, the result of it at the end. So we'll come back to that bit. But this bit is the acidity and the sweetness. Now sometimes it can take 3 or 4 sips to start getting that. So don't worry about it. But it's almost, what does it do to your tongue? Just take in the sensation. So this is the bit where everyone likes on the video, because we go quiet once we've taken it in. So cheers, enjoy, let's hope it's a good one. Now, that's interesting. Can you feel it sort of coat the tongue?
Yeah.
Around the sides and all the rest of it. Just take it down, just almost let it slip, almost, and coat the tongue with it. So, what are your thoughts? What's the sensate? What are you getting?
It's a nice cup of coffee.
I'm loving this. This is brilliant. Oh, and to be quite honest, that's what you want. If you're coming and you're going to get a coffee, that's what you want.
It doesn't taste sweet to me.
No.
But then I'm comparing sweetness to like sugary sweetness.
Yeah.
There is a slight twang left on the tongue.
Spot on. There is.
What that means.
So that's the acidity.
Okay.
Of it. So that's the acidity. And it's one of those where it hits you and you get that twang, but then that twang sort of stays there and it sort of doesn't disappear.
No, once you've swallowed the rest, it's still there.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you feel that?
Yeah.
And that's the acidity of the coffee.
Okay.
So, certainly getting that. And do you know what? I can't remember when I last sipped it, but I can still feel it on my tongue now. It's not unpleasant, but it's quite dominating. Now, with some coffees, you can have that. You get that on there. It stays around, I don't know, for 10, 20 seconds, goes. And you think, cool, I really like that. I'll have some more. With this one, it sort of stays around. It's very acidic. But I think the problem is, I think it's a bit too acidic because it's still there and it's still hanging on. It's good it's got acidity, but to what level? I can still feel it now, actually. And it almost makes me feel like it's one of those coffees, when I finished it, I want to go and get some extra strong mints because I've got a funny feeling.
You'll taste it as you're walking around.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's going to be one of those that's going to repeat later, so you'll still taste it even later if you haven't found a packet of extra strong mints or other mints are available. But Polos are probably a bit wussy, a bit soft for this. I think it needs something to absolutely blast it. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
So how would you rate that out of 5? Shall I go?
Oh, I think you should.
You're looking, you're thinking,
I need to just double check.
Yeah, go for it. And that's the funny thing with these, because sometimes we're still busy tasting it and I've run out of coffee because it's still, you're thinking, is it or isn't it? So acidity is good, but I think it's just too much. There's too much acidity there. So I'm going to give that a 3 because I like it and it gives that pow, and also it gives that really tingling sensation on the tongue, especially at the sides of the tongue. So I'm definitely going to give that, it's there, but I just think it's too powerful, it's too much of a hit. So I'm going to go for a 3 on that one.
Yeah.
What do you think? For you? Is it a coffee?
It's definitely a coffee. We've
Excellent.
Established that. It's definitely a coffee.
We can establish it as many times as you like. I'm up for that.
I don't mind the bit on your tongue, but
yeah,
it does seem to go on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah, it does.
Which, as not being a coffee drinker,
yeah,
I think when we have finished and then we leave, I'm going to be tasting coffee for a lot longer than I.
So we've got to find a confectionery.
Yeah, we'll have to find a sweet shop in London after this.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So how do you want to score that for the acidity bit?
4.
Yeah, 4. Go for it. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So the sweetness is the next bit. Now, it's interesting because you were saying it's not. If you're comparing it to sugar, there isn't any sweetness,
No.
and you're absolutely spot on. There isn't. But there's that hint of something that's there, and you can almost, it's on the front of your tongue. So the acidity certainly hits both sides of it, but the sweetness almost hits the front bit. And there's just a weeny bit of something there, which comes from the coffee bean, which gives it that little bit of takes the acidity away from the front part of it. So for me, for the sweetness, I think that's a really good one actually, because I think they've got that balance just right. I'm going to go for a 4 on that one, for a sweetness on that one for me. What's it for you?
I can't detect what the sweetest bit of salt.
That's all right.
So I'm going to have to give it a 5 because I can't mark it down because
that's fine.
I can't detect it.
Okay, so next we're going to go for the body. We've got 2 more to go, body and the finish. Don't forget this is out of 25, so if you're playing along, please use your fingers and thumbs and let us know down below because I probably lost track of the score. So what we're going to do is give it a swish. So for the body, what you're looking at is it like someone's poured a tap of water and it's really runny, or is it quite thick, or is it somewhere in between? Now, with Turkish coffee, which is renowned for being really, really thick and very, very strong. In fact, Turkish coffee is so strong you can put your teaspoon in it and it would just dissolve your teaspoon. Metaphorically, but almost like that. And that's really, really. So you're looking for a mix between the two. Okay? Now, some of the coffees I've had have literally been like water and I haven't scored them at all for it because it's just rubbish. So what we'll do, let's just go for a quick look on that one. So get ready with your swishing, all right? And then what you're going to do is have a look and how does that sort of compare with sort of a watery and a really thick?
Where am I looking? In
So
the cup
you're
or
looking
up
at
the sides?
you're looking at the sides,
Okay.
and you're looking at the liquid as you sort of turn it. There you go. So on that basis, I like that. That's quite a good thick consistency. It's not thick,
Okay.
but it's not watery. For that, I'd give it a 4 personally, because I think that is quite a good consistency of coffee, of
Okay.
liquid. And I love the bit it's hanging to the side of the cup as well. So for me, I'd certainly give that a 4.
I'm going to take your word for that.
Okay.
It was fun swirling it round in the cup.
Go on, have another swirl. There you go. See, that's good, isn't it? Look at the patterns you can make on the side there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not being funny. If that was tea and you're in a different part of the world, they'd be able to tell your fortune with that. With the tea leaves. Maybe we want to come back and do that sometime.
I'm
Whatever
going
score you
to
want.
give it the same as you because I don't
Okay.
know any different.
Right.
To me, it's
Okay.
coffee.
All right. So the final bit is the finish. So the finish is, once you're taking it down, that sort of aftertaste, that sort of, it's almost going back to the acidity we had earlier when we talked about it. How's that going to make you feel after? Is it a finish that actually makes you want to grab it and take another mouthful? Because some coffees are like that. It's just so good and it's so velvety and it's just, actually you just want to keep drinking it. Or is it one of those coffees you want to push away, like I've had recently, and not complete it because they're awful? Or is it somewhere in the middle? So,
Okay.
now with this, once again, it's personal preference. For me, the finish on this, you've still got that acidity. I think the problem is it's a very acidic coffee. And for that, yes, I'm going to come back and drink it because actually I quite like it, but it is very, very strong. And it's almost to the point, I would actually say, when they make the coffee, so with an Americano, they put a shot of espresso in, and then on the espresso, which is a really, really thick, it's just literally poured through, and then they put hot water on it. Okay? I would almost say, if I didn't know any better, that might be 2 shots of espresso, making it really quite strong, and a little bit of water on there. But for a cup this size, I wouldn't have thought so. I think they've done one, but it's just a very, very strong coffee on that basis. So for me, for the finish on that, yeah, it's not bad. I am pleasantly surprised because sitting here in the park, I didn't actually think, I wondered what sort of coffee they had. I just wondered if they had a push button machine, and I never review those because actually we want the proper barista coffee machines. For that finish, do you know what? I'm going to sit on the fence. I'm going to go for a 3.5 on that. I don't think it's good enough for a 4, but it's not bad enough for a 3. But actually, it's quite decent. So I'm going 3.5 on that. So I'm hedging my bets, which I don't do that often. And that's sort of sitting in a quandary. What do you think about the finish, Neil? Give me your view on it, and we can play with the score after.
Well, it is a nice tasting coffee.
Coffee. Excellent.
What's the difference then between when you say the finish?
Yeah.
Now, if somebody doesn't drink coffee,
Yeah.
I'm drinking it and I'm getting that aftertaste.
Yeah.
So then I'll take another bit of coffee.
Is it pleasant? The
The
question is
aftertaste.
is the aftertaste pleasant? And is the aftertaste making you want to go back and drink it, or is it making you want to push the cup of coffee away and go, do you know what? I've had a couple of sips, I've had enough, I don't want that.
The aftertaste, it's what I expect when I drink coffee.
Yeah.
There's always a twang, as I call it, afterwards.
No, I like that. Yeah,
And
I like the twang.
I then take another sip because it gets rid of that twang. Just
And
for
it
a little
retwangs
bit,
it.
and then it retwangs it.
Oh yeah, loving this. Very soon, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you from different parts of the world, we're going to put a glossary together. Twang will be one of our first words. I love it. It's brilliant. I love it. It's a great description. Because it does. It sort of twangs your tongue.
But I would keep drinking that to get rid of that taste.
Yeah.
And then it gets replaced
But
again.
is that a good thing? Are you doing that to get rid of the taste because it's unpleasant? Or are you doing that to get rid of the taste because you want to re-twang? In other words, you want to get that re-acidity.
I'm not so keen on the acidity.
Right.
But I like the taste
Okay.
before it comes to that.
Yeah.
So how does that relate to the finish?
So I would say then, in that case, it's probably quite acidic for you. Which for you, for the finish, it could be one of those, actually you probably push it away a bit more and go and find something else to take the taste away.
I would finish it.
Okay.
I would drink the rest of it.
Yeah. But what would you do after?
I'd probably look at something to take that taste out of my mouth.
Fun. Okay, there you go. That's brilliant. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, so on that basis, where would you score it between 1 and 5?
Yeah.
What would you want to put?
2.5.
2.5.
Just down the middle, because I'm not really sure.
No, that's fine.
And I think I've marked up all the others quite enough.
You have. Yeah. You've done very well. So, interesting then. So, for Neil, on the score, we've got, I'm glad I wrote this down, ladies and gentlemen, 20.5. You've scored it. I've scored it 18.5. Can I just say, we are not coffee tasting professionals, okay? As you can probably hear in the discussion and all the rest of it that we had. But when you know you like a coffee and you know what sort of coffee you like, you can then start sort of differentiating between the different ones. And this is the beauty of breaking it down into the aroma, the acidity, the sweetness, the body and the finish, which is why we've called this one, We Go In Depth on a Coffee Tasting. Because we have really gone in depth today, really explained, and that's why it's brilliant having you with me do this.
I've just finished it.
You just finished it.
It wasn't a nice cup of coffee.
That's great, but your coffee palate might be different to my coffee palate, might be different to anybody else's, and that's the beauty of doing coffee tasting with someone else. Whether they drink lots of coffee or don't drink lots of coffee, it's getting that different view and getting that different opinion. And that's the beauty of doing any sort of tasting, really, isn't it? And you think about some of the channels you watch, some of the food channels.
Yeah. It's just nice to watch someone else giving their opinion on it. But when you hear you talk about like the smoke, that sort of aftertaste.
Yeah.
Whilst I was tasting that, I couldn't put that into words. And then as soon as you said that, it was like, oh, there you go. That's the one. But amazing. I wouldn't have said that otherwise. If you'd never said that, it would never have come out of my mouth.
Okay. Yeah. And that's just doing the different coffees and doing the different smells and doing those different bits and pieces. But can I just say, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here. I will say 18.5 or 20.5 for a coffee out of 25 is pretty good, okay? And it is pretty good. This is in the middle of Russell Square, which is, as I said, one of the biggest garden squares. It's in the middle of Bloomsbury. Also, if you're thinking of coming down here, it's literally just round the corner from the British Museum, which so many millions of people go to every year. So is it worth taking? Yeah, I think it is actually. It's probably worth taking a hike, because what are you going to get in the British Museum? Now, we've not tried their coffee. We've had it in the Royal Victoria and Albert Museum, but we've not had it in there. But I'm guessing you're going to get one of those push-button coffees where they've got the machine, they chuck it under because they're mass-producing the coffee, which is why I've never done a coffee tasting there or at the Tower of London, because that's the sort of coffees they produce. Whereas here, it's a proper barista-style coffee, which actually is made properly, so therefore you can do something with it, you can taste it. So I think it's probably worth a go. Isn't it? Worth a go. So, Neil, thank you very much. Lovely to have you on.
Nice to be.
Brilliant. Really appreciate it. And any other time you're in town, come and join me. Come and join me for a coffee, okay? Because it's lovely doing this with other people. And the same goes out to you. If you're coming into London and we can coordinate diaries, please do let me know, because it'd be lovely to have a coffee with you and get your views and thoughts. And remember, there isn't a right or wrong about this. This is the beautiful. It's your own palate. It's what you feel like. It's what the tastes that you're getting on there. Anyway, we've had a really, really good coffee recently. Thank you for the motorbike in the background. Always lovely to have the sound effects, and cars as well. Oh yeah, not only is it one of the largest squares, it's also got one of the most busiest roads in the background as well, just to add to the sound effects. But anyway, as I was starting 15 minutes ago, I put a video at the end here for you for what can only be described as a bit of a shock. We went to a place just behind Tottenham Court Road, which is not a million miles away from here, called Voya's Coffees. And that coffee was immense. And you can see all about it. And you can see what happened when we were filming as well. Jaden and I were there, and we had some freebies. So I'll put that in the top right-hand corner, and we'll see you next time on the Coffee Channel. Thanks very much for joining us. Take care. And from both of us here at Russell Square, taddy boys.
Bye-bye.